there.
My professor, Mo Lester.
I might do that.
Yes. Good morning, as we bring to you on a very shitty August Sunday as we sweat our balls off watching one of the budding stars of the future of the NFL, Trey Cooper. You want to bring us to this prospect, Mr. Lombardo?
Yeah, so we've been watching Mr. Trey Cooper since his days at Toledo Midway High School, and coming out of high school is one of a 5-star prospect coming out of the Coastal Bend. He attended Jack Mehoff University, and he's been doing pretty damn well there. Threw for over 6,000 passing yards, broke multiple touchdown records. He is a star. He has some great physical abilities, and I'll hand it off to Mr. Tolbert to really tell you what he brings to the field.
Yeah, I sure will tell you, Nate, that his coach, Mo Lester, has done a great job at raising this young man into a star. He has the calves of a bison and the stamina of Usain Bolt. John, back to you.
Honestly, his build, towering at 6'5", 240 pounds of glistening muscle. Trey Cooper is nothing but a specimen on the field. And personally, I'm looking forward to see how he tests today to put forth his future at the NFL Combine and the future of his success as a whole.
I think we might be looking at some record-breaking numbers here, honestly.
I really think he's going to go first overall at this rate. But let's bring us to our interview with this rising star. All right, cut.
Great time.
That was fucking amazing. You know what? Get back in your places.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cooper, and I'm so glad that you could interview with us today. I have two crucial questions for you. First, how has your career at Jack Mehoff University affected your season this year?
Well, my study at Jack Mehoff University, it was just the greatest. It taught me a lot about team building and how we can all help each other out. Really just getting together. At Jack Mehoff, we always are committed to getting to each other, just getting on one another.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. And how do you think that your major of study, small penis study, has contributed to your success?
Well, when I wanted to study small penis, I decided to go to Jack Mehoff because small penis at Jack Mehoff is just the greatest in the nation. There's plenty of resources abound for me to study from. And the small penis study is something that I find quite intriguing. And I feel like it's helped me grow and get better, just as a smarter person.
One could say that he has grown.
Yeah, it's grown in multiple ways.
On to you, Nate.
Yeah, so I want to get to know more about James Odell Cooper III, the football player, and his relationship with the sports of football. How long have you been playing this wonderful sport?
Well, I've been playing...
Yeah, you can get the mic.
I've been playing this sport of football for a long time now. It's been very influential in my life, and I feel like it shaped me as a person for the better. And especially my time at the Jack Mehoff University really helped me show companionship and taught me what it meant to have football. Just the stuff, especially all things considered, small penis and at Jack Mehoff is very important. A very important thing for me to do.
It's a great answer, but I understand you come from a great football family. Your brother John Cooper was actually a player at Jack Mehoff before you were. What have you learned from Mr. John Cooper, and how is his mentorship going to lend credence to your career in the NFL?
Well, my brother, oldest John Cooper, that great man, his studies and his time at Jack Mehoff really had an impact on me, and it helped me influence to go to Jack Mehoff and pursue my study of small penis and to go into football as a whole.
Yeah, let's talk more about football and on-field stuff. What do you think is your greatest trait going into this draft?
Going into this draft as a quarterback, I can really grasp the balls and I can really hold on to them and make sure that they never leave my grip. And
real good ball skills. Got you.
Of course,
Jack Mehoff is great for those sticky hands.
Yes, of course. You have to have that grip strength to hold on to it. Really just grab onto it and not let go.
Yeah.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard some very heartfelt answers from Mr. Trey Odell Cooper III, we're really looking forward to today's drills. So without further ado, thank you very much, Trey.
Of course.
So now we're here to watch Trey Cooper run his an excellent. What are you doing? And here we are today to watch Trey Cooper's 40-yard dash time. Now, Trey's one of the most dominant athletes in college football, and his time at Jack Meehoff University truly transformed him into a national athlete. And I think his speed is going to translate on the field. And now that we have our timers ready, we're ready to watch his 40 time. Go! Don't cut yet.
5.5.
I beat my time.
And Trey Cooper is going to run a 5.5. Those types of speed is going to make him a dominant athlete on the NFL field. Good.
So how's the heat affecting you today, Trey?
You know, it's very hot. But it's something I got to deal with, every day on the field.
So would you say that your time at university has taught you how to be around hot men and in this hot sun?
Oh, yeah, every time I was surrounded by my hot fellow men. As much as we tried, sometimes we would falter from this heat, but I've learned to grow from it. And it is something that I will not be held back by.
All right, good luck today, Trey.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about your time of 5.5 today on the dash?
Well, it's been really confident, and I've been really feeling good about it.
Yeah, that's great. So are you drinking enough water today?
Oh, absolutely. It's really part of my... It's real part of my diet, I gotta get as much as I can.
Good luck today, Trey.
All right.
All right, now we're here to watch Trey's 20-yard shuttle. This is a drill built to test his agility and change of direction, of which Trey was excellent at in his collegiate career. Let's see him play. Go! What an incredible show.
6.63.
All right, and we're here today to see Trey Cooper run his 3-cone drill. This is the greatest test of agility in all of the NFL Combine. And here we'll see Trey Cooper be an extraordinary athlete. So, as we're now ready to start today, Trey will ready himself up. Go! What an extraordinary show of athleticism. And now we're here to see Trey Cooper's broad jump as we see those extremely athletic legs leap into the future of his NFL career. You're good to go, Trey.
All right.
You have to put...
I'm just stretching.
Sorry, I doubted the genius of Trey Cooper. And now, Nate, we're looking today to see Trey on 3 different dropbacks. It's going to be a 3-step drop back in which he throws to a slant, a 5-step to a post, and 7 to a Hail Mary. Now, how do you think Trey's going to perform today on these tests?
I think Trey's probably going to do a lot better in the long-range throws. He has a giant fucking rocket of an arm. He has some problems with his accuracy, but I mean, he can sling that like nobody else can. So we'll see how that turns out.
Honestly, I think it's going to be a fantastic showing for the future of the NFL. Thank you. Everybody get ready to throw. Go!
This is for my coach, Molester. Woo!
Dude, I was hoping one with him in the face.
Oh, wait.
Trey, had a dominant performance. Despite being a quarterback, you decided to run the wide receiver gauntlet drill to display your athleticism. How do you think that benefited you today?
Well, it really helped with my ball catching skills, my ball handling skills, you know. I really were grasping the balls as they were coming towards my face, and so I had to stop them from hitting and then just drop it as soon as I got it, you know. Really holding on to
What a
this ball.
talented athlete.
Indeed.
More next.
Are you gonna ask?
Just go through the fence. No, Trey, we're not talking to you, so do not circle anything yet. Please don't even look at the test.
I have the timer.
All right, now ask me questions. So now we'll cut to, I'll edit this. Everybody get their, all right. Now we're here to watch Trey Cooper take the 12-minute Wonderlic Test, a defining feature of the quarterback battle in the future of his NFL career. And his 12-minute timer starts now. In the meantime, we're going to discuss the events we saw outfold today and the rise of Trey Cooper, the star. Sterling, what do you think was the test that Trey performed the best at today?
I definitely think that catching the balls is what he's most skilled at. It was not only his skill in university that led him to this great accomplishment, but also his just crazy body on the field. Like, that guy can run, you know?
You know, he may be listed as a quarterback, but he has some great ball catching skills. I can see some flea flickers, some designed runs, because he can run with that football. It's going to be a really interesting player just with all the versatility he has.
What about you, Ginzer? What do you think was Trey's best defining skill today?
Honestly, John, I think the best thing Trey performed in today was probably throwing the balls. The way he would grasp the balls was probably the best way I've ever seen somebody grasp a ball in my life.
And he was able to flick those things just downfield. Like, I've never seen a man hit balls that hard and just throw them that much.
Truly, at his time at Jack Meoff University under
Coach Lester.
Coach Lester. He truly learned how to handle balls better than any man in the NCAA collegiate football system. But I'm going to be straight with you guys. I think it was Trey's dominating speed on the field that truly shined today. I mean, when you have a 5.5 40-yard dash time, you're truly pushing the limits of the human body's capabilities, and I think that's big. I mean, I think these times are really going to define Trey Cooper as a quarterback and make him better overall.
Hey, let's talk about that agility, though. Look at that three-cone, the ability to move around the pockets. That's going to be really big. I mean, that three-cone, I think it was what, like a 12.9?
11.98.
11.98, damn, like,
Even faster than Nate Dogg.
Sub-12 three-cone drill. That's unheard of in this league.
And I'd like to take a second to appreciate Trey's broad jump at 5.5 feet. That is unheard of for an athlete of his caliber.
I mean, what that really, I think, truly tells us is that he's got the leg strength to maneuver in the pocket and really look downfield and strike with all of the torque in the lower half to really get every inch into that deep ball, which we saw in his throws earlier today.
He has a torque throw downfield. He has the agility to maybe make some plays when the pocket breaks down. And I mean, you saw him throwing the ball. I mean, Ginzer said it best. I mean, he really knew how to throw it, especially down deep. He really liked it deep down there.
Ginzer, what do you think was, out of the 3 dropbacks, which do you think Trey performed the best at?
I believe it was the 7 drop back. The 7 drop back was probably the best thing I've seen in my lifetime as a professional coach.
Yeah, and guys, what are our predictions on his Wonderlic Test?
I think Trey Cooper's going to perform really well. He's 3 minutes into the test with 9 remaining as he burns through 50 questions designed to test his own intelligence and ability to cognitively process both on and off the field. And at the end of the day, I think a good test score could really go a long way to pushing him deep into the top 10 of the NFL draft.
Now, he's kind of an underrated prospect, but I mean, he has had one hell of a pro day, one hell of a workout here at the combine, and you know, he's really helping his draft stock here.
What I think is really good is what's yet to come. Is coming up next, we'll be looking at Trey Cooper's vertical jump and bench press, which I think will really be able to test the exact limits of his body. What are you predicting as far as a bench press numbers from today, Sterling?
I'm predicting a solid 50 on each side of the bar. I really think that he's got it in him, you know?
How many reps do you think he's going to be able to take with that?
I'm going to give him a solid 20.
20 reps of 145 pounds should be nothing for the dominant athlete that is Trey Cooper.
I agree.
What do we think, Gunzer?
I also agree, but his vertical jump is probably one of the things I have wanted to see this whole time. That will be probably one of the most impressive things I have seen in my whole career.
True, as we looked at him in his plays at Jack Me Off University, he was extremely capable of leaping over defenders with an extreme athleticism that we haven't quite seen across the board from many other athletes in collegiate
He
football.
quite literally is the LeBron James of football.
Honestly, he might be one of the most dominant athletes that we've seen in decades.
I had a couple plays that jacked me off where he was scrambling out the pocket and he looked like a freaking kangaroo jumping over, hurling some of those receivers. It was pretty impressive, you know.
Overall, I think his athleticism is crazy. He makes Bo Jackson look like a fourth grader, and
Honestly.
that's saying something.
Honestly.
Do we have any predictions for how we think Trey's going to do in his rookie year at the pro level?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it right now. You know, Jack Me Off, it's not a big college. I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna help him.
To do it in the majors, you know?
Well, no. I think he's gonna do a lot better. He was working with little to no talent at receivers. I mean,
That's true. Coach Lester is well known in the sport for his ability to push kids' bodies to their limit.
That is true. But they had a lot of small receivers, not the best at, you know, ball skills and catching it. It's going to be a huge leap from Jimmy McCootafuk to someone like Tyreek Hill.
or Odell Beckham. Like, that kind of difference in ability, I think, will be critical for Trey Cooper as a whole.
And honestly, I think it's going to help him. You know, having that major upgrade at receiver, I mean, it's enough to change any man. You know,
as productive as Jim McCootafuk was at Jack Me Off State, overall, I agree with you. It just wasn't a really deep wide receiver room. It doesn't help that his O-line was just collapsing at every moment.
Yeah, I mean, he had no run game. They weren't opening up any holes. I mean, and that's Mo Lester's really signature scheme. It's open up holes for the run game, but it wasn't there, and it really had Trey Cooper trying to make it up, whether it be him scrambling or him, you know, running it or throwing it downfield.
Well, guys, I'm going to have to disagree with you on Jim McCootafuk's performance. His performance at Jack Me Off is probably one of the best ones I've seen at any college in my career.
Does it rival Trey Cooper, though?
I will say Jim McCootafuk was a capable receiver. I saw a lot of good athletic pieces, but how much of that was Trey Cooper helping him out, and how much of Trey Cooper was Jim McCootafuk? We're going to have to see how they both develop at the pro level in different situations. That is, unless they're selected by the good team, the same team. As we've seen, it's been pretty common recently for pro teams to select quarterback wide receiver combos for strong combinations, and overall, that could be a clear determining factor in these two success.
There, I agree with you.
Yeah, we have a little less than 5 minutes left for Trey Cooper on his Wonderlic Test.
He's got 12 minutes to take 50 questions. Can we get an update? How many questions are you through?
I love balls.
He's putting his mental facilities to the test. That's for sure.
Hey, Coach, how much time do I got left?
You got 4 minutes and 20 seconds. 4:20. Hey, he's very familiar with that number.
Overall, he was exemplary today, and there's quite literally no other way to describe it. I really want to look back at that 40 time. Because you just saw in his speed and ability to push downfield, his ability to just stride out, and that kind of long speed at the pro level is going to allow him to evade defenders on an ability that we haven't seen since like 2019 Lamar Jackson, and that could be critical for his success.
I agree.
The real question is what kind of holes are we seeing in Trey Cooper? Obviously, his holes are going to be very exploited at the NFL level. So examining Trey's holes is a big part of today. You want to talk about the holes in Trey's game?
I really have not seen any holes in Trey's game so far, but I am very surprised how he is not done with this test right now. With his advancement in technical
Jack Me Off University.
You know, the education he received there, studying small penis studies, truly is probably helping him right now take this test.
I don't know. He has 3 minutes left, and we don't know how he's doing.
Again, back to the holes in the game. So, what critical issues did you see in Trey's game today?
I really think that Honestly, I don't really see much wrong with Trey's game, if I'm going to be honest with you, John.
So we didn't see it here today, but in the pros, with all the pocket collapsing, we really had trouble throwing on the run.
But I feel like a good, steady team, if he gets it in this draft, will definitely help him with that.
That is true. I hate to play devil's advocate because, as you know, I hate to look at Trey's holes. But at the end of the day, somebody has to. So when we look at Trey Cooper on the field, we're not seeing the most accurate passer, and that could be an issue because while he's got the arm to put his balls wherever he wants, at the end of the day, he knows he has to have that ability to know when, where, and how.
He can really release that payload.
You know,
he really is not able to aim it.
You know who's
tough.
another quarterback who was very good at putting his balls wherever he wanted all over the field, but had critical issues with accuracy? Deshaun Watson.
Oh,
so
yeah.
The similarities between Trey Cooper and Deshaun Watson, do you think those will track at the pro level, Sterling?
I'll get back to you on that, John.
Alrighty then. Can we get an update on the time?
We're looking at a little under 1:50 left. These times
As Trey
winding
Cooper
down.
narrows in at the end. Deshaun Watson's the guy with 24 sexual assaults. As we narrow in at the end of this programming, let's look at some other quarterbacks who have scored differently on the Wonderlic Test. Famously, University of Texas quarterback who won a national championship, Vince Young, only got 6 questions correct on the test. Now, do you think Trey's going to score higher than that?
I think so. I think, you really learned a lot in university, and I just think he has that mental processes. I mean, it takes a lot to be able to play with all of the big guys that he was playing with, in that situation. It's intense, they're sweating all over the place, and it really takes a mental draining on you on the field. I think he's going to be able to do well.
I guarantee you, Trey Cooper will ace this test. With the education at Jack Meehoff University, he is for sure going to ace it.
Another quarterback who have received an excellent education was
Ryan Fitzpatrick, who went to, I believe, Stanford University? Harvard
University,
graduate.
and scored a 48 out of 50 on this test. And while he wasn't necessarily able to translate well to the pros, that tells us that maybe even a perfect score might not be what Trey Cooper's looking for.
And it's true, he didn't have that physical ability. And we're counting down the seconds. We have a little less than 30 seconds until we can get the grade back on Trey Cooper's Wonderlic Test.
And as Trey Cooper looks to finish up this test and hopefully finalize one of the core parts of his NFL Combine, we're seeing one of the pioneering athletes of today's future go forward and improve their draft stock.
Indeed.
Ah,
we go.
All the luck to you.
Hey, he finished with 5 seconds left on the clock.
Thank you.
We'll
and
come
good
back
night.
to you once we grade it.
Here we are ready to see Trey Cooper's bench press. Now, he was a dominant athlete in university, and his strength on the field will be a critical part of his game, which is why we're here to get as many reps as we possibly can. Nate's going to count us down, and we've got our spotter here again, sir. Lift him off when ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
Push it!
20!
Ah!
There we go, Mr.
That's
Cooper.
the kind of strength of a D1 and now professional athlete. Thumbs up, Sterling. All right, and now Trey Cooper's here to give us his vertical jump and his explosive ability that he showed in his incredible leaps at Jack Meehoff University. When ready, sir.
Yep.
All right, and Trey Cooper is here to show us his incredible leaping and vertical ability. That athleticism that he showed in his ability to leap over defenders at Jack Meehoff University, we will now see on full display here. Ready when you are, sir.
Oh, yeah.
The officials, they're sorting out the official height. Had some technical difficulties, but it looks like, what's the
It's going
number?
to be 8 feet 4 inches.
8 feet 4 inches for his
That
vertical.
kind of leaping ability is going to be crazy at the next level. And that's going to about wrap up Trey Cooper's NFL Combine.
Let's give him a round of applause.
From his career at Jack Meehoff University to now, entering the pros.